What's up guys? My name is Claire and in today's video I'm going to be talking about Aputure's new B7c motion picture smart light bulbs. Pretty cool. So these aren't your average smart light bulb that exist all over the market these days. I believe Philips has what they consider to be a smart light bulb. I think Amazon has one now these days. But what makes this smart bulb so unique is the way it's designed for motion picture. These light bulbs are specifically designed to be put into fixtures to be used on screen because they don't flicker at certain frame rates when you're shooting video. And it's really great for cinematographers, photographers, and YouTubers, you know, like for the videos that we create. So Aputure went ahead and designed these versatile light bulbs that can fit into almost any like standard socket that you might have at home, like this light over here or this light back here. The light is basically designed to emit into the world at a consistent rate that the shutter speed and the frame rate and everything that our camera sees is able to capture the consistent light, if that makes sense. So they're called practicals in that sense if they're actually used on set. But for me, I just like to use them at home for the versatility of the different colors and the intensity. I have mine on my desk right here, which I just use as like a little office lamp. And we have these all over the house, to be honest. It's really, really nice to be able to change the color and the intensity and the hue and all that jazz, you know, with the lighting around your house, if you're a light nerd like me. You can either buy them individually in these boxes like I did. You can see I have 4 here. And when you buy them one by one, it comes with this nice little foam core area. They slide in, which kind of doubles as a carrying case if you need to travel with them. And then down here in this little box at the bottom, they also come with these nice little soft, almost like microfiber drawstring baggies to keep your light bulbs in. But if you happen to need more than just a couple light bulbs, Aputure also sells a larger kit where you can buy, I believe, 8 light bulbs all together, and they come in a carrying case that also doubles as a charging case, which is really, really cool. I think that's, you know, more aimed towards cinematographers who, you know, have their own light kit basically and need to take it from, you know, set to set and put their light bulbs in all the different fixtures that they have on set for whatever they're shooting that day. These light bulbs can be powered by AC, so obviously if you screw this light bulb into a fixture, like this one or this one, and power it on, it will provide power to the light bulb, but it also has a built-in power mode. So if you just turn the on switch and use your app to control it, you can turn your light bulb on and use it without actually having access to a power source. So Aputure says that these light bulbs have about a 70-minute run time on just the battery themselves, but this depends on the intensity and you know, and the ways you're using it. All right, so let's get to the fun stuff, which is showing you all of the things that this light bulb can do. Okay, so you're gonna have to download the Sidus Link, which is a free app, and that's basically how you control everything with these smart bulbs. So after you download and open the Sidus Link, it'll ask you to create a login or username. So just input all of your information, and then you'll be able to, once you connect your light bulb or light bulbs, you can see your devices, and if you have any other lights from Aputure, you can also control them through the Sidus Link, and they should show up under your profile name. To pair your light bulb with your phone, you'll just need to press the on and either the plus or the minus and hold it until it flickers and changes different colors. Like that. So when it does that kind of rainbow flicker, that's when it's ready to pair. And once you pair your light bulb, you are able to go in and change literally everything. I guess let's use this one as my little guinea pig. So I have this light bulb labeled Claire 2 in my fixtures, and when I go and click on that light bulb itself, it takes me to a screen, and the first screen that I see is called white. And let's see, there's a zoom bar where I can change the intensity from 0 all the way up to 100%, which is awesome. There's also an on and off switch where I can turn it on and off immediately at, you know, whatever intensity I want. So there's also a CCT towards the bottom where it has like preset temperatures where I can click and immediately go to 3200. That's 4000, which is also what this light's on. This is kind of like my preferred white, my preferred white light that I like. It's not too cool, not too warm. And then it also has a preset of 5600. So that's 5600, much more blue than this guy over here. And there's also options for quarter, half, and full power if you do not want to dial like the intensity zoom manually. You can just go to half and quarter and all the way back up to full like that. In addition to the kind of preset temperatures that I just mentioned, there's also another sliding scale where you can take your CCT all the way down to 2000 Kelvin, which is the lowest, also the warmest temperature on the Kelvin scale that you can go. And by sliding it all the way up, you can see this is 10,000, which is the coolest, the most blue kind of white option that you can get with this light. So that's a pretty wide scale from very, very warm to very, very cool. All right, so next at the top of the app, there's a gel tab where you can click tungsten or daylight, and again it kind of just like has those preset things that you can click really quickly, and you can even add some CTO from 0 CTO, full, 3/4, and so this is just kind of mimicking adding a CTO gel to a light, if that's, you know, what you're doing perhaps with your other lights. If you're adding CTO gels, you can keep everything consistent by using this way to kind of meter your light temperature. So in the next tab is the color tab, which is perhaps my favorite. It's very similar where it has a intensity sliding scale where you can go all the way up to 100% and all the way down to 0. And it also has this lovely color wheel where you can literally just slide your thumb over. Sorry, that's probably really bright right now on camera because it's like 100% intensity. So let me scale it down. So yeah, you can just scale it around and you can see the whole colors of the rainbow. And as you're going, it shows you, you know, the actual like degrees and degree of color, but also the degree, or rather the percentage of saturation that the specific color is that you chose right now. And there's also a couple kind of preset ones which are, you know, lovely and convenient to choose if that's what you're trying to do. So another really cool thing inside the Sidus app is what they call like a source match or like a color picker. I want to try and create the same pink in this light bulb that I have over here, kind of just by taking a photo of it. So I'm going to go over here, ask it to pick it up. It calculates the saturation and the hue degree or intensity. I'm not quite sure what that's literally called, but it reciprocates it on this lamp. And just to show you it on another example, maybe if you have a light that you don't know what its hue, saturation, intensity, or any of those things are, but you want to create kind of the same light, you know, if this needs to be brighter or something, what you can do is try picking it up. So I'm going to basically use the picker to pick up the light in my salt lamp right here, and then it reciprocates it in here. And it's really cool. I did this once before, where if you just kind of like set the light behind it, and then I'm just gonna blow up the intensity. It almost makes it seem like my salt lamp is so much brighter than the actual light bulb inside of it actually is. So that's pretty cool. And you can do this with almost anything. Like if you wanna create a color that's like the same as, like, I don't know, a prop or something, you can choose, I don't know, you can pick a color from like anywhere. All right, guys, you still with me? I got some more cool stuff to show you, so bear with me. This next one's wild. Another feature that the B7c can do for you and your lighting needs is under the Effect tab in the Sidus Link. So if you are filming a movie and you need something that looks like police lights, you know, but maybe you don't have access to a police light, you can use this and, let's see, make a fake cop car light just by using this. So within the app, you can recreate a cop car. Let's see, a fire. This says pulsing. I think that's supposed to be like a heart rate light, like on a heart rate monitor. Let's see, let's go back to the fire. So this is fire. See, this says party lights. Whatever that means. I think it just changes colors. This one says paparazzi. So it's almost like different strobe flashes of a photographer going off. And let's see, this one says fireworks. Okay, and then let's see, ooh, a faulty bulb. This one's really cool. So if you're trying to like create a scene, it might be like a scary scene in a hallway and the light is kind of like flickering or like about to go out, you know? That might be hard to recreate by actually like manually manipulating the power source to light, or you could just use this and use the faulty bulb setting where it mimics what a dying light bulb would look like. So I think that one's really cool. Let's see, this is lightning. All right, let's see, there's TV. I don't know exactly what that means, but all right, so that's pretty much it as far as I see for the different effects, but that's pretty cool, right? All right, so another great thing that you can do in here, well, in the Sidus app I'm talking about specifically, is create scenes. They have scenes options, so I think this is mostly tailored to cinematographers. So cinematographers out there, if you're designing like a set or a specific scene with a set and you need like multiple lights in it and you're going to be using all of your Aputure B7Cs, you can literally create a new scene in the app where you can kind of control all of the fixtures that will be in that scene and just kind of pre-program them to whatever intensity or color you want them to be, and you still have power, or rather control, over all of them, but it helps kind of keep you organized so that all of the lights, you know, kind of you have access to them and you have control over them for whatever scene you're trying to create. And even though I'm not doing that myself, I've created a scene just like in my bedroom, which is where I am now. So I have access to the two lights that I normally have in here, which is this guy off camera that you can't see, which is just a little paper lantern from IKEA, but I keep this bedside, and then this one on my desk. It's great ambient light and mood lighting, so yeah. So another really awesome tool that comes in the Sidus Link is next to all of your fixtures it has a little note where it either says AC power, which means it's actually connected to a power source, like those guys are right now, or if it's actually just running on battery power, and obviously that's what's happening with this one. And the really, really cool thing about how it shows you the battery power is it actually tells you how much battery time you have left based on the intensity of how you're using it. So right now this thing's off, like there's no light coming out of it, but on the app it's still being registered that there is 6 hours and 20 minutes of power left before this thing's completely dead. But if I were to turn it on, let's see, let's do a color, do this blue, but turn it down really low. So right now the intensity is 5.7% out of 100%, and if I were to keep this light on just like this, the app is telling me that I will have 4 hours and 43 minutes of battery for just this light bulb without adding any additional power if I continue to use it at this specific low intensity. But if I were to crank up the intensity, sorry, it's gonna be really bright, and go back to look at it again, at 100%, this light's only going to last for 46 minutes. But the fact that it tells you how much time you have left, you know, if you're running low on power for whatever reason and you need light and you need to get something completed, you can kind of figure out what kind of intensity you can get away with to make sure that you don't run out of power before, you know, you're done with whatever you're trying to record. All right guys, so I think I have talked enough about these light bulbs. Time for some closing thoughts perhaps. So like I said earlier, whether you're actually a cinematographer who needs, you know, practicals on set for your scenes that you're creating, or a photographer again, or a YouTuber, or you just like cool lighting around your house, these things are really, really cool, and I say totally worth it. So check them out. If you happen to get one and have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. Like I said, I'm still learning a lot about these lights myself. There's so many different settings you can change and manipulate and things that these things can do. So yeah, maybe I'll even ask you a question. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. And until next time, thanks again. Bye.